Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to talk about Solo, a Star Wars story, which is Disney's version of Han Solo's origins. So, essentially we start out on Corellia, we see Han with his lady friend, pretty much on this like speeder looking thing, and on Corellia, right? And it's essentially like I get the sense that Han is kind of like a freelancer type person, or kind of like a slave to this like worker in a way. I don't know the proper term for it, but he kind of works for like a Jabba the Hutt type figure in this movie. But it's not Jabba the Hutt. It's not even a Hutt. But you guys get my point, right? Well, if you guys seen the original trilogy, you kind of get where I'm trying to get at. Essentially, he's in trouble with the alien creature thing. He throws this like cookie that he pretends to be a bomb out the window, allowing him and the girl, his love interest, to escape. They get into this Imperial gate list thing. Han is able to get through, but Kira, I think is her name, she is stuck on the other side, right? And Han promises her to always come back. I'll come back. Which part of it, I don't know why when I saw it in theaters as well, because I mainly did see Solo in theaters. Where I kind of was reminded of the whole like goodbye sequence between Sora and Kyrie at the end of Kingdom Hearts 1. That I'll come back to you. I know you will. I kind of had that vibe with that part. Was kind of set up for like the reunion later. But Han goes to this checkpoint, tries to work for the Imperials, so he can essentially get back to Corellia. And since he doesn't have his family, or Han doesn't know his family, his birth family, or anything about it, he says, the Imperial officer said, okay, so since you don't know your last name, I'll just give you your last name. Solo. Han Solo. And I guess ever since then, Han ran with it, because he used that in the original trilogy, and later on in the sequels. But we see like Han using like working for the Empire, doing some stuff for the Empire, and he comes across this group that is talking about leaving the Empire, and he wants part of it, but they say that no, and so like Han really tries to join them, and one of them says, "Oh, we have no idea who this guy is. He's bothering us, pretty much." So Han gets thrown into this like little Rancor like cage, and besides that Rancor is a Wookiee, and this Wookiee Chewbacca, and essentially that's how they meet. In the skirmish, Han frees Chewbacca, and they escape together, and they are able to tag along the people that initially tried to like give the middle finger to, say "fuck you, kid" to Chewbacca, and we see like one of them is like a monkey with like few arms, pretty cool. So like we see that these guys are bounty hunters essentially, and they were hired to do a job, and so they allow Han Solo and Chewbacca to tag along with them as a little test, because they need another man. In this case too. And so they go to this icy planet. There's this strange job, and they are tasked, like the group is tasked to get this item that can be extremely explosive on a train. But this mysterious bounty hunter comes in and makes things more difficult. Han, Chewbacca, and the rest are the bounty hunters that we who tag along with in the movie makes it out, except for the black lady and the monkey dude. And the masked woman like loses them, and so like we go to this planet, which I totally spaced on the planet's name, and that's where Han bumps into Kira, and the guy who plays Vision in the MCU is in here as like Han Solo's boss's boss. And he's upset that they lost the item, but they give him another chance to essentially get it. And so Kira tags along, and she takes them to Lando. And we see Lando playing Sabacc, which is a card game. And after a little sequence of seeing Lando pretty much kicking everyone's asses because he was cheating, he tags along too, and we get we get to see the Millennium Falcon, and we see this annoying droid that we get to hang out with. That for some reason they thought it was a good idea to put Lando, my favorite non-force sensitive character, in a like complicated relationship with this droid. Like, I mean romantic, which is was awkward. And I don't think I would have like minded this droid if every 5 seconds that woman like droid didn't say droid's rights. Like, dude, what the heck? Like, I'm just as much for rights as everyone else is, but I don't want that to be like blurted in my face like every 5 seconds. I wanted to smack the shit out of that droid and tell that droid to shut the fuck up. This droid was way more annoying than C-3PO was in the 3 trilogies he was in. And that was like, that droid is my least favorite character and least favorite part of the movie. And so essentially, our crew goes to Kessel, and to get the item that's required for Han's boss's boss. And they need to escape, and of course a annoying droid that is all about droid rights. She frees all the droids, making havoc. We see Chewbacca split off from Han because he sees some Wookiees. Because if you guys don't know, Wookiees has been enslaved by the Empire. Those who weren't killed off by the Empire in Order 66. So I'm happy that they kept that part of canon. Having the Wookiees as slaves in from Legends to canon, because I think that also like when like makes the Wookiees have a more of a role in the Star Wars universe per se, like, and how they get free from the slavery, them having that role a bit more, than just being random background characters, and Chewbacca being the main face of the Wookiees. So I was happy that we saw Chewbacca go with his family and then reunite with Han in a little bit, because I thought that was like, did that make sense with Chewbacca? So I think that has to be my favorite part, just seeing Chewbacca, seeing some of the Wookiees enslaved, him going after the Wookiees, helping them, and then seeing that painful, like, it seems like a heartfelt, painful goodbye, because I believe at that point, Chewbacca has pledged a life debt to Han. And so the gang escapes from Kessel, and I think they make it out of the Kessel Run in 13 parsecs. But Han says, I'm gonna go with 12 because why not? Um, Lando's droid dies. She gets integrated in the Millennium Falcon. Um, Lando is pissed at Han. On one essentially the planet that they landed on. One of Falcon's fixed. Lando just takes off in the Falcon, and it turns out this bounty hunter chick is this like redheaded freckled face girl that we've seen in both the Willow show and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I don't know her name off the top of my head, to be honest. Erin Kellyman is her name. Is the woman that I was thinking of. And so, Karen, Erin Kellyman's character turns out not to be so much of a bounty hunter, but somewhat of a mercenary, trying to like free as many people to be a part of the rebellion. And we even see like Warwick Davis in here. And I swear, Warwick Davis has played the most amount of characters in here outside of like Tamar Morrison and the guy who plays the Clone Troopers in the Clone Wars, Bad Batch, and Rebels cartoons. But like, cause Warwick Davis plays Wicked in the Return of the Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. But Warwick Davis also played like this one guy that was viewing the pirates on in the Phantom Menace. Played this mystic character in Solo. And I want to say that Warwick Davis played at least one more character in Star Wars. So, like I said, I think Warwick Davis has debatably played the most amount of characters outside of Tamar Morrison and what was the guy's name who played the Clone Troopers in the Clone Wars? D. Bradley Baker is his name. He played the clones in the Clone Wars, Rebels, and Bad Batch cartoons. But essentially we like see like I think Han's boss is Beckett. So like essentially we see like Han and Beckett's boss get into it, and Han kills Beckett. Han kills Beckett's boss with the help of Kira, and then Han goes all the way back to save Chewbacca to kill Beckett, essentially to help Chewie. And while this is happening, Kira's on the ship, right? And she talks to Darth Maul, which is Beckett's boss's boss. And we see that Maul is telling Kira, rendezvous back to me. You'll be working more closely with me. And it was cool because we got Ray Parks as Darth Maul again. And Sam Witwer to dub over the voice of Maul. I thought that was pretty cool. And I don't think a Maul cameo was needed, but it was really cool to see. And then essentially we see like Han and Chewbacca going back to where Lando is, and they do place a bug, and Han also sees that notices that Lando is cheating, so he takes the card that Lando cheats with, and Han wins the bag, and Lando is mad. And what Lando does, like, they bet something, right, in this game of Sabak. What do they bet on? As you guys probably could have guessed, the Falcon. So we essentially end the film with Han and the Falcon. So I think it was a pretty decent movie. I don't think it's the best movie we got, like, we could have gotten. Um, I don't think it's like exactly the worst movie either per se, cause like it was a fun movie. There were many parts I did like both times when we saw Sabak getting played. Um, Even though I don't think we needed to see it, it was like a fun moment just seeing the castle run. Again, I don't think we needed it. Um, I admittedly did like the whole mall scene, like it just said. Um, I feel like they could have easily told this story in comic books or in miniseries. Admittedly, um, I don't think that this should have been a movie. Like, and like I said, I think the worst part for me of the entire movie is L3. Guess what? Like, that droid was so annoying. And I don't typically do this for, like, good characters. Like, maybe people that were dicks, like the Emperor. I was like, yes! That asshole's dead. But L3, it was like, finally we don't have to hear her voice anymore! Like, I felt like that might have came off like it's a dick move. But I don't care. Because that droid was freaking annoying. And I'm not a huge fan of like that droid, and she that droid made part of the reason why I didn't enjoy it as much as I probably could have. Less. Now I would want to see like I would love to like have seen this like maybe animated and have some voice actor sounding close to Lando. I mean, not Lando. Because Billy D. Williams still sounds like how he did in the original trilogy. But I meant like with Han Solo. Having someone sound as close to Harrison Ford as possible. You know? I mean, they did that with Leia with the Resistance show. Like the 1-2 times when we saw Leia in the Resistance show. We heard that voice actress sounding very much to how Carrie Fisher sounded by the time of The Force Awakens. So I think they could have done it. But like I said, this was a fun movie. I don't think this was necessarily a good movie, and I don't think this was like the worst movie ever, per se. But this is like one of those movies where like I'll be okay with just like watching once and like never watching it again. I mean, and I probably like if like people like if I'm in a group of people and I like they are really wanting to watch it, I will sit down and watch it. But me alone, I wouldn't like watch it again. Only unless it's like the Lando show comes out and the trailers makes me somewhat excited for the show, then that's probably the only way I would like rewatch the movie on my own. Is like refreshing my memory fully for the Lando show and maybe a Solo too if that ever happens, which I doubt because Solo lost money. Only reason why I would watch it just to refresh my memory. But outside of that, I want to like watch it like I would do with the prequels or the original trilogy and Rogue One, where I would gladly watch those multiple times. It's a wonder how my DVDs of the originals and the prequels are not like skipping now because I watch them a lot. Let's put it that way. But with that said, what do you beautiful people think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. And may the force be with us all.